Whoa, is that a fish? Oh man, this is a big bass. Oh my god. What's up, you guys? I'm here for more. I just love this style of fishing. Gonna change some things up for this trip just to see what works. There's nothing better than knowing where fish are so you can try new techniques, and that's what we're gonna do today. Now, I'll be honest, I had kind of a bad feeling about today. I forgot one of my rods, which, I have ADHD, that's gonna happen. But there was also some people fishing near where I wanted to, which is cool, but that just means that's a spot I can't try. So I came here, and guess what I found? That's my knife. Here's the replacement that I bought. There's the one that I left here last time I came. What are the freaking odds that no one came by this? It didn't get moved. So let's get fishing. We already got a good sign for the day. Okay, guys. This is pretty much the spot where I was catching those bass on a cork. Now this spot, I mean, it's perfect. So much structure in here, and you can see it. I mean, this little area right here, my goodness. As it always is with areas like this, making a good cast, paramount, it's everything. So we're gonna start here. I am already sweating buckets. There's one. Look at that. I mean, impossible for a fish to not be there. But look how pretty this bass is. It's not big enough to keep, and I hope I didn't destroy its eye. And that looks like it'll be good. Little bitty spotted bass. So much fun on this setup. And these river bass, you'll hear it so often. They hit so hard. Even little bitty ones like that are tattooing you. So let's go over the rig. Nico Helgramite. This is in what they call the natural color. This material is really nice, except for when this happens. You can see there, it's just a really durable plastic, so if you get wrapped around like I just did, it can get stuck. This is on a 1/8 ounce weedless jig head. This weed guard has been through a lot. Got that paired on 8-pound line. I'm actually using my speckled trout rod for this because I'm fishing weedless. I need a little bit more power to set the hook. Alright, now hopefully we don't get the first cast blues. I don't think we will. I saw that coming. There we go. So a lot of times when it feels like you're hung up, like I just did, your lure is actually just wedged. There's a fish. It's a bit small. There it was again. Yep, I don't know if y'all can see that. Little bitty broom. Ooh, throws me off. Okay, I'm going to use these break-offs as opportunities to try other lures, so I'll be back. Alright y'all, as I said, a line break is a time to try something new. This is a Z-Man. I can't remember exactly what the lure is called. Basically just looks like a little worm. It uses that Elastec plastic, which is really nice, but it is going to take a big fish to get through that, which is fine. Oh, I just saw a big fish come up on the bank. Something hitting it. Probably something small. But I did just see what looked like a pretty big bass. It might have been a shoe pick. Whoa, is that a fish? Oh man, this is a big bass. Oh my god. I think I still have him. Look at this. I'm caught in the tree. Big bass, big bass. I mean, he was just sitting there waiting. Look at this. In this little stream. Look at that. You do not find bass like that in these streams very often. Look at this fish. Gotta be, I guess, about 14 inches. He was just sitting there waiting. And that was all about the cast. I don't think this lure mattered at all. Alright y'all, I didn't have this camera rolling yet. I was really just kind of messing around getting my cast down. And look at this bass. Hit it as soon as it hit the water. I thought I was hung up. You really don't catch bass that size very often in these streams. I hadn't flipped the bail yet when he hit, so I had to set the hook in a very weird way. But hey, that's how it goes. You can see my line is still in the tree. That was a crazy fight. Crazy catch. But I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad at least it was partially caught on camera. See if I can get this line out of the tree. Alright y'all, let's see if there are any more in here. I'm sure there are. I'm pretty sure that bass that I saw turn up by the bank is the one that I just caught. But we'll see. Can't believe how fast that fish hit it. He had to have been watching it come in. Now, you'll notice I took off my hat and my overshirt. It's just so unbelievably hot right now. Here's one. He was just swimming with it. Well, we may have found what the bass like. Everything's going to look small compared to that other fish. And this is probably a 12-incher. No, maybe a 10. It's that Z-Man. I'm going to have to show you guys in text on the screen what the actual name of that lure is. I have a good feeling we're going to catch some more, so I'm not going to keep this one. Hey, thanks for the fight, dude. That was awesome. Now, I think that fish was on pretty much that entire cast. It's just hard to see the difference between a fish swimming with it and the current. But I mean, I am throwing this in as much cover as I can. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break from the fishing to talk to you about how to do this kind of fishing. Now, I usually post these videos on a particular forum, really just to keep in touch with that forum and hopefully drive some traffic to these videos. Somebody pointed out in that video, they thought I was trespassing. So I'm gonna tell you guys how to avoid that. So, number one, look for wildlife management areas. There's not a ton in the area I'm fishing, so based off of that, you can figure out where I am if you go look at maps. Number two, use tax records, things like that, to look at the property where you're at and see if someone owns it. And then number three, if you're friends with that person or you find out who owns it, call them and ask them if you can fish. It's really just that simple. Looking for posted signs is a really, really good way to figure out if it is indeed owned. But in Louisiana, they don't have to do that. So be smart, be safe, make sure you know what you're doing before you do this, because you could get yourself into some trouble. So with that, rest assured, I've taken all those steps. This is not a privately held stream, or at least not this part of the stream. And so we're good to go, just need a fishing license. So let's get back to it. This is the Z-Man. I put it on the 1/8 ounce jig head, and usually I fish this on a 16th. But I did that because the current. Wanted something that could get to the bottom and stay there, basically. And I wanted something that would weed out the smaller fish here. But I think the bigger fish, I mean, it's probably 10:30 right now. Bigger fish may be saying enough is enough. Now, I knew going to this heavier jig head would result in more hangups. It was a calculated risk that might not pay off. There's a hit. Got him. All right. Okay. Not the lunker that we wanted. Bass number 3 or 4. I can't remember. Man, he was barely hooked. Tiny little guy, and that's why it's so hard to catch these things. There it goes. I knew there was a bass hiding in there. Figured it might be a little bit bigger, but we are beggars right now. Definitely feeling like a beggar. I'm hungry. Walking through the, oh, there's another fish. Walking through the woods like this, it's no picnic. This is a little custom beetle spin sort of thing that I make. What I'm really interested in today is the color. Does the color matter? Does a more natural color produce more fish? This is definitely going to get hung up a lot. I'm only going to tolerate losing a couple of these, really because I just don't like littering. But that's paired on a 16th ounce Strike King Eagle Claw jig head. Now, I will say these Eagle Claw lures, they are fantastic. Anything that catches that hook is going to get hooked. The problem is anything that catches that hook is going to get hooked. And when you're fishing this area, you know what I mean. Now I have that paired to a Falcon slab. This is an ultralight rod. This one is, I think, 5'6". No, 6 foot even. So super light gear. It's on 8-pound Yuzuri braid with an 8-pound Yuzuri hybrid. This Yuzuri hybrid line, I really like it a lot. mainly for the abrasion resistance. Alright, going back to this, but on a heavier jig head. The only color I have, 1/8 of an ounce, is white, so that's what I'm going to use. Now the whole idea of today was to see if we could catch bigger fish out here. And I would say we did. Oh, there's one. Oh, man, right in its mouth. Okay, there are definitely fish here. That's kind of the thing about spinnerbaits. They're going to hit it pretty quick, or they're going to follow it to shore. Keep hitting that same little branch. There's one. Oh man, on this light tackle, that is a bull sunfish. Look at that. Look how pretty these fish are. I mean, it is unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen them be this stunningly pretty. Now I'm going to throw a few more times. See if we can catch some more like that. And I may actually go to the cork and wrap the day up that way. Well, that about does it, you guys. What a day it was. Didn't catch as many big fish as I'd like, but I did prove that you can catch big fish here. I probably should have stayed in that one spot where I was catching the bass for longer, but I wanted to explore and see how far this place went, and that I did. So I ended this on some sunfish. Not what I expected to catch today, but they're super fun on light tackle. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you're still here, I'm assuming you did, please consider hitting the like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later.